In order for Abdulmutallab to get on Northwest Flight 253, there were a lot of missed red flags. He paid almost $3,000 in cash, checked no bags, and airport screeners failed to detect the highly explosive PETN and syringe which were on his body. Joining us now from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Congressman Peter Hoekstra, ranking Republican on the House Intelligence Committee. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning.
The Brits denied this guy a visa. His father, as we well now know, advised the embassy in Nigeria that his son was going to be trouble. How was it that our system failed to connect all these dots?
Well, that's one of the questions that we're going to have to be investigating over the coming weeks. It's clearly the system failed at 3 points. It failed in the embassy in Nigeria. It failed when we didn't get the information from the Brits about this individual and as to why they were not going to give him a visa. And then finally it failed at the entry point at the airports in Nigeria and again in Schiphol. So 3 failure points, 3 places where you would have expected to catch this guy, and we didn't.
If you could do one thing today to make the system safer, what would you try to enact?
Well, I think what we need to enact, and I think the media has done a very, very good job of putting together the mosaic and the picture. They filled a vacuum that this administration has created by not sharing information with the American people about this attack on Christmas Day or about Fort Hood. I think what needs to happen right now, Harry, is that the American people have to understand that this threat is real. It continues. It's been with us for almost 20 years, and we need to be on offense. We need to be forward-leaning. We need to put in the latest technology. These folks are not going to go away. Your earlier reports this morning, talking about how Al-Qaeda on the Arabian Peninsula is evolving and changing and wanting to attack. This is the information we need to get to the American people. Then we will be able to do the things necessary, the tactics to keep us safe.
Right. What is baffling to so many of us, though, is if a name even ends up not on a no-fly list, but even on a watch list. That's only 500,000 names. Technology is very usable, is very shareable. You type this guy's name into a list, a red flag has to go up someplace.
Oh, absolutely. And again, if you take a look at, we would have called his father a walk-in at the embassy in Nigeria. This is an individual who came in with intelligence. He's a very credible source. He's talking about his son. He's talking about terrorism. You would have thought that this would have gone right to the top of the list and say, wow, we need to follow up on this. We need to watch this guy, and we need to make sure he doesn't get into the United States before we do unless we do additional screening on him. That didn't happen.
$40 billion at least spent on these programs over the last couple of years. It doesn't feel like maybe we're getting our money's worth. Congressman Peter Hoekstra, thanks for your time this morning.
Great, thank you.
Right.